Hello, it's been a while. Sorry about that. We kind of posted the kitchen part 1 and then disappeared, but we're back. Today is November 5th, so all summer has gone. It has been a while, but we have been filming everything we've been up to. I just wasn't in a place personally where I was able to edit and upload and do all of that stuff, but I have returned. The next few videos are going to be the continuation of the kitchen, so I'll kind of be jumping timelines. My intros and stuff will be today, but we've got all the footage and I have been talking you through what we're doing in the kitchen. If you saw the last video, we were raising the floor and installing the window. We've now got a kind of empty space. And what happened next was that the kitchen got delivered and we were very, very close to the carpenter coming. So we needed to clear out the kitchen so the carpenter could start, but installing the kitchen would take about a week. And that meant we would have no kitchen for a week, which for people who love food or people who need to eat, i.e. everyone, it was a little bit of a problem, but we did prepare, which I'll talk you through. And then between removing the kitchen and getting prepped for the carpenter, we needed to paint the kitchen as well. Now, I don't know where that footage has gone, or day one's footage. I've looked for it everywhere and I cannot find it. So it is gone, but we started by painting the majority of the room. We painted it all in Lick 02, which was very kindly gifted to us, so thank you again, Lick. And then day 2 was all about getting the final bits of the painting done, removing that sink that has been the bane of our existence for God knows how long. And yeah, just getting everything ready and the room completely empty for Tolik, our carpenter, to start. So let me take you back to when all of that was going on. Okay, day 2, and we are back in the kitchen. Our carpenter comes tomorrow, so we have to get all of this painted. Tolik, if you're watching this, can't wait to see you again. Can't wait for our kitchen. So we just need to get everything painted in here, get all of the kitchen stuff out, clean the floor, and basically just get a perfectly clear space so that he can crack on with everything tomorrow. This is what it looks like so far. There's a couple of areas that we haven't painted because it's gonna get boxed out. Or there's going to be cabinetry in front of it, so it doesn't need painting. The key thing this evening is just getting painting around the window. That's like the one thing that's left to do. We weren't able to do that because the sink is in front of it. We weren't able to get rid of the sink because then we won't have running water downstairs for God knows how long, or it'll be like 3-4 days. So yesterday we were also meal prepping everything so that we wouldn't have to cook for a while. Actually, before we get cracking on painting again, let me show you what we've cooked. Okay, ignore the junk. Basically, we've got, oh, we've only made 2 things. Okay, it felt like much more of an achievement last night. This very unappetizing. I don't really know why I started doing this, because now I've opened them up, they look absolutely awful. This is like a tofu korma with peas. And then let me grab this one. They're actually very, very similar dishes. Oh, no, that's another tofu korma with peas. Oh no, there we go. And that's a chickpea and sweet potato curry. Quite similar actually. And then we also have leftover hot dogs from a street food event that we did last week. So there might be a couple of hot dogs as well. And this will kind of last us over the weekend. And then because we have absolutely no idea how long the kitchen install takes, I've also ordered 6 meals from All Plants, which is like a plant-based microwave meal company, but it's all freshly made. It's like home cooked food basically that you can just chuck in the microwave. So we've got 6 of those coming, and for breakfast we're just gonna have yogurt and muesli, and for lunch we're just gonna have sandwiches. It's not gonna be the most exciting weeks in terms of culinary offering, but it'll all be worth it when we have a kitchen and we can make all of our favorite meals. So yeah, very small price to pay. Okay, so let's just wrap up and get this window done. Now we're just emptying everything out. This is the last to go. Give the floor a clean. And that's it, the end of a very messy era. And tomorrow's the day for a new kitchen. I'm not crying, even though I look like I am. Floor is swept, mainly clear. We are leaving our fridge here for now, just because we're gonna have to eat still. And last but not least, This bloody sink. So Tom is attempting to disconnect the sink. He did just say...
I don't want you to come this bit.
He's never done it before, but how hard can it be? Is the water on?
Yeah.
You did it! Woo!
You can hear it though, can't you?
You can hear it, yeah.
I just feel like they're gonna explode.
Alright, last bit of furniture in our little baby kitchen.
I just need
Bless
to
you.
take off this part because obviously it's all connected to the sink. I'm actually buzzing to remove this disgusting piece of a shit.
I can't believe that this has been such a little pain.
But look at the bucket. This sink has gone through so much. I remember like the loft conversion, all the ceilings were ripped out. It was just filthy everywhere.
Oh, was
this
it?
was like reminding me because everything was cement in here, everything was in the sink. I was like, imagine having like.
It was clean when we bought it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And this is it. The next morning, white kitchen, an empty kitchen. And the next time we check back in, we will have our units in. It's very early, it's 6 a.m. Tom's on his way just to pick up our carpenter and then work can commence. Look at all of this stuff. Ugh. It's gonna be a good few days.
Blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue?
So the kitchen is now being installed and we've probably got about a week until the next stage. The next stage will be kind of countertops, flooring, plastering the ceiling. There's still tons to do, but while that is getting done and we can't make any progress on the kitchen, I can start to think about the pretty things, the fun things. So first up is shelves. We do want 2 shelves either side of the sink. And I just thought I would tell you a trick. I mean, I say this, I'm sure it's actually very obvious and loads of people do it, but I want wooden shelves just to bring a little bit more, I don't know, like earthiness to the kitchen because the cabinets are pretty gray. And what I found super useful is when I am shelf shopping, I have been taking a scrap of our flooring with us. This means that I can either find a wood that matches this or complements this. So either I think like this exact color or super dark. I don't want wood that's slightly different. I think it can look a little bit mismatched sometimes. So top tip, always keep one of these. To be honest, I'll probably just end up buying shelves online, but when I am looking around the shops, this is super helpful. Or when I go into kind of like display rooms where I might order online, but they have examples, I kind of just take this with me. So I think that's a really good top tip, unless it's obvious, but give it a go. In terms of my inspiration, these are the kind of shelves I'm thinking of right now. The only thing is, in all of these pictures, it seems to be very colorless or very kind of minimal. And I do want to have my cookbooks up there, and my cookbooks are pretty colorful. So we'll see when we get there what kind of style I go for, but that's definitely the vibe I'm thinking of right now. And then just in terms of where I'm buying from, I think, again, it might be obvious, but the 2 places for household stuff that I have found to be super affordable but also have really beautiful stuff is Dunelm and H&M Home. That's basically where I'm buying all of my house stuff from. I recently just picked up these bowls, which I think are stunning. I love the fact that they're like not perfectly round. I think they look super expensive, but they're just from Dunelm. And also chopping boards, like really affordable but stunning chopping boards that are more for like decorative purposes to go on the shelves, or just to be put out on the countertops when they're installed. But then I think one of the biggest tips is don't always buy new. I find that charity shops are the best place to buy kitchen stuff. They've got all of those old kind of crystal glasses and just really cool, nice bits that I think are really good for shelves or for kind of your dining room table when you're entertaining. Just really interesting bowls and cups and that sort of stuff. So I've been going to a lot of charity shops. I've not been buying too much because I am kind of waiting until the kitchen's in place, but I will obviously share with you what I buy when I do. There are a couple of bits though that I picked up ages ago, one of which being this crystal bowl. I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys this already in a haul ages ago, but I've now decided it's gonna be our fruit bowl or like our citrus bowl because it is pretty small. And I think that was just £2. And then I've got these big jars, which are also from a charity shop, but never been used. They still had the labels on. And either those will be filled with something cool and put up on the shelf, or probably more likely for when we make kimchi or pickle stuff, because I've always got a very large jar of something pickled or fermented in the fridge. And then just cookbooks. And I wanted to share with you my favorite ever cookbooks. It's not very original. I mean, they're very popular cookbooks, but these are the ones I go to time and time again. Okay, so first up, proving I'm incapable of having an original thought if I tried. Obviously, the Autumndaisytait books. Anything Middle Eastern, Turkish, Greek, Mediterranean. I mean, I'm covering all of the earth right now, but that's definitely my favorite kind of region. Can you even say region if you're talking about 50% of the earth's landmass? But I love that Autumndaisytait obviously does so much with plants, and it's very kind of plant-based. And you cannot run out of recipes in these. Then related to Autumndaisytait maybe, is Easter Belfrage, and this is mezcla. Apologies if I've butchered all of that, but I believe they used to work together, or she used to work for him. And this is like a mix of, it says Italian, Mexican, and Brazilian foods. Everything in here is super interesting. Again, it's like predominantly plants, and then there's a small section on fish and a much smaller section on meat. So again, there's loads I can eat in here, and the meat ones you can often just, you know, swap out for meat alternatives. I love this because it's like none of the dishes are too familiar. So if you're having a dinner party or having people over, the dishes that you're creating for them are something that they're not used to or something that they're not expecting, which I find really cool. Here's an example, like a miso butternut gnocchi. Just the miso itself, super interesting. I feel like, again, it's something that you wouldn't really think of yourself. And then the one that I really want to make the next time we have people over, which will be a dinner party once this kitchen's done, I cannot wait, is this butternut and sage lasagna gratin. Is that how you say gratin? But yeah, basically just like twists on classic meals, really interesting flavors, and dishes that when you bring them out to someone, I feel like they'll be super impressed, even though definitely not come from me. And then having just said all of my favorite cuisines, I'm gonna have to add another one, and this is Korean. I am obsessed with Korean food. I think it obviously comes from my love of anything pickled or fermented, and I've recently been really trying to get into a little bit more Korean cooking. So this isn't veggie based at all, but there's so many veggie based dishes within it that it's absolutely fine. Tom actually bought this for me a couple of years ago, and obviously it's just stayed in storage for God knows how long. But I mean, look at that, come on. That's basically everything I love in one place. And then finally, a bit more basic, if I'm honest, but just Speedy Bosch. I've got a lot of the Bosch books. It's basically just vegan dishes. I'll admit it's a little bit hit and miss. Like some of them are amazing and some of them are pretty basic. But again, I think particularly ones like Speedy Bosch, it's perfect for coming home after work and wanting to make dinner, but just something that you're not used to. Yeah, I'd say these are probably my go-tos. I've got plenty more, but I wanted to share those with you. And it's just super exciting to have them in front of me and knowing soon they'll be on a shelf in a kitchen that I can use and I can get back to cooking. I know I've said this a million times, but all plants, frozen meals, all of these things that we are doing at the moment, they're amazing and super tasty and super convenient, but nothing compares to a glass of red while you spend the whole evening cooking something amazing for some friends. So I can't wait for that. Anyway, that is me done. I hope I've shown you some cool bits for the kitchen, given you some top tips, and I hope you're excited to see the kitchen come together over the next few episodes. Thank you as always for watching. If you've not yet hit subscribe, please do. You can watch this house come together very soon. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And that is it for this week. I will see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.